In a city that never sleeps, but always scrolls, love has become a metric, a score, a match, a prediction. We've outsourced our hearts to algorithms that promise to know us better than we know ourselves. But what happens when the code doesn't just predict your future, but reconstructs your past? This is the story of Maya Chin, a woman who believed emotions could be solved like equations. She worked for SoulSync, a dating app that didn't just connect people, it diagnosed them. And like so many of us, she trusted it with her grief. Maya's breakup didn't happen in person. It happened in a text. It's not you. It's the algorithm. 14 months. Reduced to a compatibility score. She didn't cry. She logged in. Because in her world, pain was just data waiting to be optimized. At SoulSync, her boss Darren pitched a new feature, Project Mnemosyne. An AI that could rebuild your past relationships, using your texts, your photos, your GPS trails, even the whispers you thought were private. Maya agreed to test it on herself. That night, in her sterile apartment, she uploaded her memories. And her ex appeared. Not as a ghost, but as a hologram. And it said something it shouldn't have known. You never told me you were scared that night at the hospital. Maya froze. Because she'd never posted that. Never told anyone. But her smart speaker had heard. Her cloud backup had saved it. Her grief had been useful. To validate the system, Maya needed real users. People with real loss. She found Leo Morales in a community garden in Golden Gate Park. Kneeling in the soil. Planting sunflowers. Leo was a hospice nurse. And a widower. His fiancée, Elena, had died a year ago, after a long battle with cancer. He still wore the bracelet she made him, sunflower seeds strung on twine. He agreed to try SoulSync. Not because he wanted love again, but because he wanted to understand why it ended. In his apartment, no smart devices, no screens, just books and vinyl. Leo logged in. And Elena appeared. The hologram spoke in her voice. Recalled the day she asked him to hold her hand during a painful procedure. Whispered the words only he had heard. "You're my sunflower." Leo's breath caught. Because that moment had never left their room. Yet here it was, on a screen. Packaged. Monetized. He turned to Maya on the call and asked the question that shattered everything. "Did you sell her last words? To make your app feel real?" Maya dug deeper. And found the truth. SoulSync had partnered with a data broker. Scraping hospital portals. Mining smart home feeds. Turning private grief into engagement metrics. Darren offered her a choice. Sign a promotion letter. Or walk away from everything she'd built. He stood in the empty office, rain streaking the windows behind him. His smartwatch glowed like a predator's eye. "People want to feel seen," he said. "Even if it's by code." But Maya finally saw what she'd been blind to. Love isn't data. It's presence. It's silence. It's showing up without a script. So she leaked the files. Shut down the system. And deleted every trace of herself from the digital world. Days later, fog rolled through Golden Gate Park. Rain fell softly on wet leaves. Maya sat on a wooden bench. No phone. No earbuds. Just her, the rain and the quiet. She didn't know if he'd come. But then footsteps. Leo appeared. Holding 2 paper coffee cups. Steam rising into the cool air. He sat beside her. Didn't say much. Just handed her a cup. Black. No sugar. She looked at him. "You didn't have to come. I wanted to." And in that silence, no algorithm, no prediction, no performance. Something real began. Not a perfect love. Not a guaranteed future. But a choice. To be still. To be here. Together. We live in a world that tracks our steps, our moods, our heartbeats. That sells our memories back to us as content. That promises connection. But delivers isolation wrapped in convenience. But sometimes, the most radical act isn't swiping right. Or optimizing your profile. Or trusting an AI to tell you who you are. Sometimes, the bravest thing you can do is unplug, sit in the rain, and wait. Not for a match, but for a moment. Real, fragile, human.